Have you ever wondered why someone much younger can't stop thinking about you, even when they try? What if their feelings aren't random at all? And what if three hidden forces are pulling them toward you right now? Today, you'll discover the three psychological reasons a younger person may be secretly and intensely in love with you, and why these feelings could be far deeper than simple attraction. If this message is resonating with you so far, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. These insights are designed to help you understand the hidden forces shaping human relationships, and your support allows us to continue sharing them. There are moments when someone enters your life and their interest in you seems unusually intense. It may not be based on how long they have known you, how often you speak, or even the circumstances that brought you together. Instead, there is a deeper force at work. Human beings are naturally drawn toward qualities they unconsciously desire within themselves. When a younger person becomes fascinated by you, it is often because your presence awakens something dormant inside them. They sense a strength, wisdom, calmness, or authenticity that resonates with a hidden part of their own psyche. What appears to be simple attraction may actually be the beginning of a profound inner recognition. Most people move through life carrying an image of who they hope to become. They may not be fully aware of it, but this inner image quietly influences their choices, relationships, and ambitions. When they encounter someone who embodies characteristics connected to that ideal, they feel an immediate pull. The younger person may find themselves thinking about you repeatedly without understanding why. They may admire the way you handle challenges, the confidence with which you express yourself, or the sense of purpose that seems to guide your actions. In their eyes, you represent a version of life that feels meaningful and attainable, and that realization can create a powerful emotional bond. What makes this attraction so compelling is that it extends beyond physical appearance or surface-level charm. Physical attraction can capture attention, but psychological attraction captures the soul. The younger admirer is not merely observing your outward qualities, they are responding to what those qualities symbolize. Your patience may symbolize stability. Your self-respect may symbolize freedom. Your wisdom may symbolize a future they long to create for themselves. Without consciously realizing it, they begin associating you with growth, transformation, and possibility. The relationship becomes emotionally significant because it touches their deepest aspirations. This phenomenon often explains why some connections feel unusually magnetic from the very beginning. The younger person may seek your company, value your opinions, and feel energized simply by being around you. They are experiencing more than admiration. They are encountering a reflection of their own unrealized potential. Your presence encourages them to imagine a larger version of themselves, and that experience can feel inspiring, exciting, and deeply emotional. The intensity of their feelings comes from the fact that the attraction is connected not only to who you are, but also to who they believe they can become. When viewed from this perspective, their affection takes on a deeper meaning. They are not simply falling in love with a person. They are falling in love with a vision, a possibility, and a path toward personal growth. You become a symbol of qualities they value and hope to cultivate within themselves. This is why their feelings may appear stronger than logic would suggest. At the deepest level, they are responding to a call from their own inner world, a call urging them toward greater self-discovery, maturity, and fulfillment. And sometimes, that journey begins with the simple yet powerful experience of being drawn to someone who reflects the person they dream of becoming. One of the most powerful reasons a younger person may become deeply attracted to you is that they perceive in you a level of psychological depth that is increasingly rare in the modern world. While many relationships begin with excitement, appearance, or shared interests, lasting fascination often grows from something much deeper. A younger individual who is still exploring their identity may encounter countless people who offer entertainment or attention, but very few who offer insight, stability, and genuine understanding. When they find someone who possesses these qualities, the connection can feel almost irresistible. Youth is often a period of searching. People at this stage of life are trying to understand who they are, what they believe, and what kind of future they wish to create. During this journey, they are naturally drawn to individuals who seem to have traveled further down the road. When they observe someone who has developed self-awareness through experience, who remains calm under pressure, and who carries themselves with quiet confidence, they see qualities they admire. Your ability to navigate life with greater clarity can become a source of fascination because it offers something they are actively seeking: direction. What captures their attention is not necessarily what you say, but the energy you bring into a room. Psychological depth reveals itself in subtle ways. It appears in thoughtful conversations, in the ability to listen without judgment, and in the willingness to consider perspectives beyond the surface of everyday life. Many people communicate only through opinions and reactions, but deeper individuals communicate through understanding. A younger admirer often notices this difference immediately. They feel that conversations with you leave them thinking long after they have ended, and that experience creates a powerful emotional impression. As time passes, this admiration can evolve into something much stronger. The younger person begins to associate you with feelings of growth, inspiration, and emotional enrichment. They may find themselves seeking your advice, valuing your perspective, and wanting to spend more time in your presence. What started as curiosity gradually becomes attachment, because your presence satisfies a deeper psychological need. You provide more than companionship. You provide a sense of meaning. In a world where many interactions feel temporary and superficial, meaningful connection stands out with extraordinary force. This is why psychological depth can be so attractive. It speaks to a part of the human soul that longs for understanding and purpose. A younger person may be surrounded by people their own age, yet still feel uniquely drawn to you because you offer something different. You offer substance instead of performance, wisdom instead of noise, and authenticity instead of pretense. Their feelings become intense, not because of a simple attraction, but because they sense that being around you helps them grow into a fuller version of themselves. And for many people, there is nothing more captivating than a connection that feels both emotionally meaningful and deeply transformative. The third reason a younger person may feel a powerful attraction toward you lies in a hidden psychological force that operates beneath conscious awareness. Every individual carries within them qualities they openly express and qualities they keep buried. Some desires, strengths, emotions, and talents remain hidden because they were discouraged, ignored, or never fully developed. Yet these forgotten aspects do not disappear. They continue to influence behavior from the background, quietly seeking expression. When someone encounters a person who naturally embodies these missing qualities, a profound attraction can emerge. A younger person may not immediately understand why they are so captivated by you. They may tell themselves it is your appearance, your confidence, or your personality. While those factors can play a role, the deeper reason often lies elsewhere. They are responding to qualities that awaken something within their own inner world. Perhaps you display courage where they feel uncertainty. Perhaps you possess emotional strength where they struggle with self-doubt. Perhaps you express your thoughts freely while they remain afraid of judgment. The qualities they admire in you often point directly toward qualities they are longing to develop within themselves. This creates a fascinating psychological dynamic. Instead of merely seeing you as another person, they begin to experience you as a symbol of growth and possibility. Being around you feels meaningful because your presence activates parts of their personality that have been waiting to emerge. They may feel inspired after conversations with you, more confident in your company, or motivated to pursue goals they once considered impossible. The attraction grows stronger because it is connected to their personal evolution. At a deep level, they sense that you are helping them discover aspects of themselves they did not know existed. The emotional intensity of this experience can be overwhelming. Because the process occurs largely outside conscious awareness, the younger admirer may struggle to explain their feelings. They simply know that they think about you often, value your presence, and feel unusually connected to you. What they are experiencing is not only affection, but also a psychological pull toward wholeness. The mind naturally seeks balance, and when it encounters someone who reflects hidden strengths or unrealized potential, it becomes deeply engaged. The connection feels important because it serves a purpose beyond ordinary attraction. This is why some relationships leave such a lasting impression. They do more than provide companionship. They act as mirrors that reveal unseen parts of ourselves. The younger person's feelings may be intense because you represent qualities they need for their own growth and self-discovery. Through you, they catch a glimpse of what they could become if they fully embraced their own potential. In that sense, their attraction is not merely about romance, it is about transformation. They are drawn toward you because, consciously or unconsciously, your presence encourages them to become a more complete version of themselves. The fourth reason a younger person may become deeply attracted to you is your authenticity. In a world where many people feel pressured to wear masks, follow trends, and seek constant approval, genuine authenticity has become remarkably rare. Most individuals spend years shaping themselves according to the expectations of others, often losing touch with their true nature in the process. When someone encounters a person who is comfortable being themselves, who speaks honestly, acts consistently, and does not depend on external validation, the effect can be powerful. Authenticity carries a quiet strength that naturally draws people closer. A younger person, especially one who is still discovering their identity, often finds this quality fascinating. They may be surrounded by people who constantly change their opinions to fit in, hide their true feelings, or present carefully crafted versions of themselves. Then they meet you. They notice that you are not trying to impress anyone. You do not seem obsessed with proving your worth. You express your thoughts with confidence, not because you believe you are perfect, but because you have learned to accept who you are. This creates a sense of stability that stands out immediately and leaves a lasting impression. What makes authenticity so attractive is that it gives others permission to be authentic as well. When a younger person spends time around someone who is genuine, they begin to feel less pressure to perform. They feel safer expressing their own thoughts, emotions, and imperfections. Conversations become more meaningful because they are no longer built on appearances. Instead, they are built on truth. The younger admirer may find themselves sharing things they rarely tell others, not because you demanded it, but because your sincerity created an environment where honesty feels welcome. This emotional openness strengthens the connection and deepens their feelings. Over time, they begin to trust what they see in you. Trust is one of the foundations of deep attraction, and authenticity is one of the fastest ways to build it. People instinctively feel more comfortable around someone whose words and actions align. There is no constant guessing, no hidden agenda, and no need to decode mixed signals. Your consistency provides a sense of emotional security that many people long for but rarely experience. The younger person may not consciously identify this as the reason for their attraction, yet it becomes one of the strongest forces behind it. They feel drawn to you because your presence feels real. This is why authenticity often creates a magnetic influence that goes far beyond physical appearance or social status. Those things may capture attention for a moment, but authenticity captures the heart. A younger person may become deeply attached because they see in you a level of self-acceptance they aspire to achieve themselves. Your willingness to live according to your true nature becomes both inspiring and comforting. In a society filled with imitation and performance, genuine authenticity shines like a beacon. And when someone encounters that kind of truth in another person, they often find it impossible to forget. The fifth reason a younger person may become deeply and passionately attached to you is the sense of emotional safety they experience in your presence. While many people believe attraction is driven primarily by appearance, excitement, or chemistry, the human heart often seeks something far more profound. Beneath every desire to be loved lies a deeper longing, the desire to feel accepted. In a world where people are frequently judged, criticized, misunderstood, or pressured to hide their true emotions, finding someone who creates a feeling of safety can be life-changing. When a younger person discovers that they can be themselves around you without fear of rejection, a powerful bond begins to form. Many individuals move through life carrying invisible emotional wounds. Some have learned to hide their feelings to avoid being hurt. Others have grown accustomed to relationships where they felt ignored, controlled, or misunderstood. As a result, they develop protective walls around their hearts. These walls may keep pain out, but they also keep genuine connection away. When a younger person encounters someone who listens without judgment, responds with understanding, and offers respect instead of criticism, those walls slowly begin to weaken. For perhaps the first time in a long while, they feel emotionally secure. That feeling is rare, and because it is rare, it becomes deeply valuable. What makes emotional safety so powerful is that it allows a person to reveal parts of themselves they normally keep hidden. Around most people, they may carefully choose their words, suppress their fears, or conceal their vulnerabilities. Around you, however, they feel less pressure to maintain a perfect image. They sense that they can speak honestly and still be accepted. They can admit uncertainty, express emotion, and reveal their true thoughts without fearing immediate rejection. This freedom creates a level of intimacy that goes far beyond ordinary attraction. The connection deepens because it is built not on performance, but on trust. As this trust grows, the younger admirer begins to associate your presence with comfort, peace, and emotional relief. Even difficult days seem easier when they can talk to you. Challenges feel less overwhelming when they know someone understands them. They may find themselves thinking about you during moments of stress because your presence has become linked to feelings of stability and reassurance. This is one reason emotional attachment can become so intense. The heart naturally gravitates toward places where it feels protected. When someone consistently provides emotional safety, they become far more than a source of attraction. They become a source of emotional grounding. This is why emotional safety often becomes the hidden foundation of deep love. Excitement may spark interest, but safety sustains connection. A younger person may be drawn to you because, consciously or unconsciously, they feel that your presence allows them to be fully themselves. They do not feel the need to constantly prove their worth or hide their imperfections. Instead, they feel seen, heard, and valued. In many cases, this experience is more meaningful than grand romantic gestures or superficial attraction. It touches one of the deepest needs of the human soul, the need to belong. And when someone discovers that feeling in another person, their affection can grow into a bond that feels impossible to ignore. The sixth reason a younger person may find themselves deeply in love with you is that you represent meaning rather than perfection. Most people spend much of their lives chasing an ideal image: perfect appearance, perfect success, perfect relationships, or perfect circumstances. Yet as time passes, many discover that perfection is an illusion. It may attract attention, but it rarely satisfies the deeper needs of the soul. Meaning, on the other hand, speaks to something far more enduring. When a younger person encounters someone whose life is guided by purpose, values, and genuine conviction, they often feel a powerful sense of admiration that can gradually transform into love. Many younger individuals are still searching for direction. They may have ambitions, dreams, and goals, but they are often trying to understand what truly matters. In that search, they naturally pay attention to people who seem to live with intention. They notice individuals who are not simply moving through life on autopilot, but are guided by something deeper. Perhaps you pursue your work with passion, remain committed to your principles, or find fulfillment in helping others. These qualities communicate a sense of purpose that cannot be faked. To someone seeking meaning in their own life, this can be incredibly attractive because it offers an example of what a purposeful existence looks like. What captures their attention is not the absence of flaws, but the presence of direction. In fact, your imperfections may make you even more compelling. They see that you have faced difficulties, experienced setbacks, and encountered challenges, yet you continue moving forward. Rather than being discouraged by obstacles, you have learned from them. This creates a form of wisdom that younger people often admire. It shows them that life is not about becoming flawless. It is about discovering purpose through experience. Your journey becomes proof that meaning can emerge even from hardship, and that realization leaves a lasting impression. As their admiration grows, they begin to feel inspired by your way of living. They may find themselves reflecting on your words, adopting some of your perspectives, or reevaluating their own priorities. This is because meaning has a contagious quality. People are naturally drawn toward those who help them see life more clearly. The younger admirer may not simply enjoy being around you. They may feel that your presence encourages them to think more deeply about who they are and who they wish to become. The attraction strengthens because it is connected to something larger than romance. It becomes tied to their personal search for purpose and fulfillment. This is why meaning is often far more attractive than perfection. Perfection creates distance because it feels unattainable. Meaning creates connection because it feels real. A younger person may fall deeply in love with you not because they believe you are flawless, but because they see a life that stands for something important. They see someone who has chosen authenticity over appearance, purpose over approval, and growth over comfort. In a world that often celebrates superficial success, a meaningful life shines with uncommon brilliance. And when someone encounters that kind of depth, they are often drawn toward it with a force that goes beyond ordinary attraction, touching the very core of the human spirit.